Hi guys, Dr. Michael Maxwell here from Total Body Health. We're going to take you through low kneeling, which is an exercise that we use a fair bit. We use it for varied reasons. Sometimes it's for low back pain, sometimes it's for shoulder dysfunction or neck pain. Sometimes it's to work on the elongation of the spine, especially through the mid-back. So there's a couple tools that can be helpful. One is a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, then you can use, a couple books that gives you an elevated surface. A yoga mat can be used alternatively, like a tightly rolled up towel could also be used in replacement for the mat. So let's show you what low kneeling is. So low kneeling is putting yourself into a position where you're kneeling on your knees and you're dropping down onto your elbows. So generally speaking, you'll want to have your knees about shoulder width apart, but that does vary a little bit depending on the person's hip structure. So if you feel more comfortable with your knees closer, like around armpit width, or if you feel them a little bit more comfortable to be a little bit more open, like slightly above or beyond shoulder width, then you can do that. Just find the position of greatest freedom and comfort for your hips. For me, it's going to be about shoulder width apart. And then you're going to lay your elbows down shoulder width, so it's about the same width as your knees, just right underneath your shoulders. Sometimes we'll go a little bit higher up, adjacent to the ears as well. And then we use the yoga block to drop our forehead down to start the position from a relatively resting position for your head. Now you could go right down to the floor as well, not a problem, but I prefer this as a starting point. It just kind of is a little bit easier place to start from. Not necessity, but nice to have for sure. And then depending on again, the flexibility in your hips, you can have the yoga block on different surfaces of it to prop your head higher or lower. So for me, I like to go with that one. So the yoga mat or a rolled up towel, we can use it for a couple different reasons. One is to lay it across the low abdomen, like tuck it down as far as you can so it sits right below your belly button to give you feedback to your breath, or more specifically, the expansion of your breath when you inhale and the fullness in the space around your belly and your groin. Because generally speaking, you want to be fairly relaxed in your belly and you want to feel fullness in that space when you inhale. And then the other option is for folks that have sensitive knees is to tuck that right back in the back of your knee so that when you come into this position, it kind of pushes you out or holds you out of the deepest possible position for the knees. So people who have cranky knees sometimes find this quite comfortable when they put that yoga mat behind there. So for the purposes of today, I'm going to lay that yoga mat deep into my groin. And keep in mind that you don't need the yoga mat. It's just a nice implement for feedback into that space. And I'm going to push it down and I'm going to sit into my low kneeling position with my elbows just above shoulder height. So anywhere between underneath your shoulders to ears is fine. And then I'm just going to get into my breath. So nice long inhale and then exhale all the way out. Try breathing in on 4, exhaling on 6. Okay. Now I want you to intentionally ground your elbows and forearms into the table or into the floor, and then intentionally root your shins and the tops of your feet down to the ground. Oh, by the way, you want your heels to be right underneath your sit bones. So don't let your feet fold out to the side. Tuck your heels right underneath your sit bones so that you feel like you're engaging the floor through the center of your shin to the tops of your feet. So root your arms, elbows to forearms down to the floor. Root your shins and tops of feet down to the floor. And then continue to breathe in on 4, exhale on 6. Now, note that some people, that's too long of a breath. It's too challenging for them. So just find that long and full breath that's comfortable, not straining. No tension here. Just nice, slow, expansive breath on both ends. Inhale and exhale. Let that belly fall down into that yoga mat. Let it open up. When you inhale, feel that pressure shift all the way down into the hips, into the groin, below the mat. And relax as you exhale, as you gently use the elbows and the forearms to pull the back of your head forward, elongating your spine very gently. Keep your shins and tops of feet rooted to the floor as you do so. And then slowly use your arms to push the back of your head towards the ceiling or your face straight away from the floor. You're not looking up here. You're just levitating, elevating your head straight away from the ground so that your whole back body is lifting away from the floor at the same time. So not rounding out, not pushing any one part of your back up towards the sky, but the entire back uprighting or levitating away from the floor at the same time. Push the back of your head up. And then when you inhale, expand. Let your breath move all the way down into your groin, around into the belly. Let it spread through the back and those lower ribs as you get a little bit deeper and a little bit wider through your chest. When you exhale, gently use your arms and your shins to lengthen your spine forward. So with each breath, I'm inhaling nice and slow, and I'm expanding all the way down into the low belly, around into the sides, into the back. Again, I'm opening my inhale up to see if I can get a little bit deeper and broader through my body, all the way down to my belly, around into my chest. As I exhale, I think about my support points, my shins, my feet, my arms, engaging into the floor and uprighting or pushing, levitating, lifting the whole body away from the ground as I elongate, as I get longer from the crown of my head to the bottom of my tailbone. And then each breath, I just layer that on. Expand and open up on my inhale, exhale, upright and elongate. Okay. So yeah, usually I'll take my time in that position. I might spend anywhere from 10 to 15 breaths, keeping in mind that those breaths are quite long. So, I was working with a rhythm of about 4 or 5 seconds in, 6 to 8 seconds out, but you'll find your own rhythm. So find a long, relaxed breath that is comfortable for you, and give it a go. Okay. So thanks for trying, and let us know how that goes, and have a great day.